So, as you notice, it's been quite a long time since I've uploaded a video to the channel. And the reason for that is primarily because around 2 years ago, I actually enlisted in the United States Army. And as a consequence of that, I have not had the time or privacy needed to produce content that I feel would be qualitative. And so, even though I'm just an amateur YouTuber and I have no real audience or expectations laid upon me, I still want to ensure that the content is at least something that I can feel proud of, even if I don't necessarily have any standards being imposed on me. So obviously, I'm making this video because the circumstances have changed and I do have a greater amount of personal freedom and privacy that is required to create the kind of content that I want to make. Now, my plan for the channel moving forward is to resume content creation, and I plan on working on that relatively soon. And so yes, I will be busy with things, but you can reasonably expect to see content from me in the future. Of course, it's going to take some time for me to produce the next video, but in the meantime, I just wanted to give you an update on my life. I am alive, and the channel's not dead necessarily. It's just that I haven't had the time because I've been busy soldiering, and I haven't had the privacy because, again, I've been busy soldiering. So you can expect content from the channel. When, I don't know. I don't want to give any false impression of when I'll be able to have new content available. However, I will say that the next idea for content for this channel, actually, I wanted to create a Mass Effect trilogy where I examine the basically Paragon Renegade system from those games and offer commentary on the morality of Mass Effect and the kind of things that are happening in the game, the storyline, the decisions that you're able to partake in as the main character. And so, understandably, that's going to take a long time because the Mass Effect trilogy is not a short series. And so it's going to take me time to play through each game and develop a script. And that's another thing that I want to work on in the future because the last video that I made wasn't actually scripted. Basically, all I really did was just make a series of notes of topics that I wanted to address. And then I kind of spoke almost in a conversational fashion. The problem with that is, of course, that doesn't really work when I'm the only person that's talking. And so I want to script out my content more so that I can give it a bit more structure. And that's the way that I'm probably going to produce most of my content in the future, actually scripting everything out so that there's less awkward pauses and I'll have to do less editing. These are not necessarily important for me to talk about in detail, but I'm just saying that basically, as an amateur YouTuber, I am basically just learning as I go. And, I do things and I figure out, hey, this works well, this doesn't work well. And so I'm satisfied with the quality of the first video I made. I just think that I could make some improvements to my delivery. And so I do plan on working on that in the future. So, in the meantime, of course, my brothers and sisters in Christ, I hope that things have been well for you. I hope that you've been blessed by God, and I hope that you continue to be blessed by God. I'm actually recording this on Thanksgiving Day, so if you are celebrating, then I hope you have had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I wish you a blessed night, and I hope that everything continues to be well with you and that you continuously understand God's mercy upon you. That's all I really have for now, so stay tuned. I'll give you all updates on what's going on. And of course, I'm going to start work on my next video series soon. So be on the lookout because I'm going to segment that into different parts. So of course, because it's a trilogy, I'll be playing the first game first, and then I'll formulate a commentary on it. I'll release that, and I'll basically release my commentaries piecemeal. And as I'm doing that, I'll of course release a super cut at the end with all three games. And so, I'm just gonna produce the content and release it as it's ready. But yeah, I'm looking forward to making content again, and I hope that I'm able to shed some perspective and give you some things you haven't necessarily thought about before. God bless you and have a good night.